So, the objective of this video was to kind of focus on Libby Green's assessment of either Barack Obama or Sarah Palin. I decided to choose Sarah Palin, where Libby Green describes Sarah Palin's attempt in the 2008 election to kind of connect with the middle class American, and this could come from establishing authenticity in her speech. But what ended up happening was it backfired, and instead of connecting her with her key demographic, it ended up isolating her and becoming a subject of ridicule, which you see oftentimes that, as we talked about, language is not as objectifiable as maybe some other forms of discrimination where you might say race or sex, which they did, but for her linguistically it provided comics and parodies to kind of put a lot of satire in regards to her. So if anything that it offered her, it cut a lot of her credibility, and a lot of times it made her sound too informal or uneducated. If I look through some of the transcripts of some of the interviews of Sarah Palin, there's instances of her dropping G's at the end of words or mispronouncing the word nuclear and saying nuclear. And it almost got to the point where the comic Tina Fey from Saturday Night Live had parodied her so many times that their images were indistinguishable, even in her speech, which kind of has this Alaskan wide sound to it, had become a topic of conversation and ultimately destroyed her credibility as a politician.